What's up, everybody? Alright, everybody, welcome to the show. It's episode number 2. How to vibrate higher. It's kind of perfect for the second episode, considering the name of the show is Higher Frequencies. So I guess the best thing to do is talk about how to be at a higher frequency. It's really pretty quite simple. Everything is kind of like I hinted on the first episode. You gotta watch your thoughts, because your thoughts literally manipulate reality from day to day. You literally control everything around you with your thoughts. Say you wake up in the morning and you stump your toe, and you're like, oh, well, I'm gonna have a bad day, and you keep going on in that mood. Then one bad thing after another happens over and over and over again, and little did you know that you manifest it to happen.
The smallest of things mean more than you would think. Your intent is more powerful than you may know or may believe.
I wonder if all the audio is good. Is anybody on the feed?
I don't
check
know.
the microphones. You played a test yet?
Yeah, it's good. Should be good.
So,
Check the live.
YouTube.
We're good to go.
It's kind of crazy.
Alright, we're good to go. Hold on. Never mind. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry, guys. We're still number 2.
I was
Good.
watching a delayed feed is what I was talking about.
I can't even listen to the headphones because it's delayed. I ain't figured out how to take the delay out.
Yeah.
And you can't listen to yourself talk.
It's like talking to a drive-thru and hearing the echo in a drive-thru. It's hard to even talk. It sucks. Because you hear your voice on the outside of your ears then instead of on the inside of your ears.
It's the delay.
Yeah. Still.
Alright, so it's weird, all this stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. Science proves this stuff, so that makes it even cooler, makes it even closer to fact, and we got a whole bunch of points to that proves what we're talking about is not some bullcrap. Because I ain't about bullcrapping nobody. I'm about making people feel better and try to see the light, I guess.
And trying to get the knowledge yourself from
That's
the
for
truth,
sure.
from the source.
It's all about knowledge. We all got the connection to the source. We all got the connection to get the same answers that I've gotten. And then, so I guess we're gonna spill it out to you. So, your body is a large percentage of water, just like the Earth. Somewhere around 70-something% of your body is water. Somewhere around 70+% of the Earth is water. Your intention affects water beyond imagination. Even your thoughts affect everything around you, just like I told you. And we're going to show you a couple things here. I'm going to show a picture for the guys who are live viewing, and for the guys who are just listening, I'll talk you through it here. So, Dr. Emoto is his name. Cool name. he did experiments with freezing water and writing words on the water bottle. He froze just some regular water, regular tap water, froze it, had no shape or anything. It was just kind of looked like, I don't know, frozen mud puddle, really. Then on one bottle he wrote love and froze it, and the water froze into
the water crystallined into a structure is what he said.
Yeah, a beautiful water crystal, as a matter of fact, like a snowflake. I know I've got a picture here, guys.
Yeah, it really proves a lot, and it shows a lot.
But your intention alone can shape the molecules in your own body with your own thoughts in your own head. And so if you're thinking negative thoughts of how your day is going to be bad, then you're really disrupting the molecules in your body, and is feeding into everyday reality, and to other people. I know as a empathetic person, it really sucked when I didn't know what was going on, but once I kind of figured it out, I kind of learned some little tricks about knowing what was mine and what wasn't. But I didn't realize, like, being around people that were mad or unhappy, or I just straight be around somebody, just walk into the room and I automatically feel their emotion in my body. Like, if somebody's mad, I know it. They don't have to say anything. I don't have to even read their body language, which I can read like a book, on top of feeling their actual feelings.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, it don't even have to be feelings towards you. It could be just their feelings will rub off on you. And the thing is that you can feel it and you absorb it. So and it don't even have to be towards you. That's the catch to it. But when it's towards you, it's even more powerful. I mean, then and there.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then the more you vibrate higher, really, the more empathetic you'll become. Some people are naturally empathetic. Some astrology signs are more naturally empathetic. Natal birth charts has a lot to do with it. So some people are more naturally attuned to empathy, but everybody can reach any stage of anything that anybody else can do. The magical things that anybody's ever done that you've ever heard about, you possess those same powers. So nobody's special because we're all special.
Yeah. It's not something you can't be born with or born without. You know, you're always born with it. It's just a matter of bringing it out.
There's just certain people born more attuned to certain things, just like certain kids these days are born at a higher frequency. And there's a lot of things that reference that. Let's go ahead and show you this.
Check it out.
Let's show you the picture of the chart on what actual energy vibrates at. It's really pretty cool. Alright, for the listeners here, we got a rainbow spectrum. It's reversed geometry. That's a cone. It's a reverse cone. That's what it is.
A cone?
Cone.
Oh, okay.
Are you?
Yeah.
And so it starts red at the bottom and it goes up to indigo, which is the top, which is pure ultimate consciousness. It's the highest vibrating color on the color spectrum. These colors actually have an actual frequency, which is the same thing of what you're seeing right here. It starts with shame at 20, at red, which is alpha, and of course the top being omega. I'm sure some of you have heard that one before, the beginning and the end. But at the beginning you have alpha, and you have shame at 20. Shame, kind of like what Adam and Eve had.
Yeah.
Like the little similarity there. So in the beginning, of the scale, you have red, and it starts with shame, and that's at 20. And at the top, it goes all the way to 700 to 1,000 with this ultimate consciousness, which would be the yogis that just visit the earth plane, such as Jesus and Muhammad and Buddha and all Krishna and all these other these people that we've written about through history. These people were vibrating at this enlightenment state, and the possibility is they could really all be the same incarnate, or they could be different ones. That's the pretty cool thing about all this stuff. And so it's said that scientists actually started testing this in certain ways, and so they brought in monks and put them in certain cities, and they tested different things from crime rate to the stock market, and all kind of things like that. And so one monk in a city was vibrating so high that he was affecting the frequency of all the people around him, that he was able to bring just the one monk alone in that city brought the crime rate down 22%.
Wow. That's good. That was proven through like multiple tests.
Yes, this
before
was,
and after scientific method was used.
This is multiple monks, multiple cities, testing different things from crime rate to stock market rising, and other regular economic or social whatchamacallits. And so I really want to find
just a test of society, man. Like,
I really gotta find this picture for you guys of the frozen water crystals, because that is truly amazing.
Yeah.
But they've done this intention experiment on more than just water. You can do it at home, as a matter of fact. You can. I got a friend on Facebook. I seen him doing one at himself, and he was doing rice in a bag.
Yeah.
Rice in a bag, and he wrote on the bag like "I love you" or "You're a fool," which is the two main ones. If you Google with the intention experiments, is usually "I love you" or "You're a fool." And the one that you write "I love you" on will last way longer than the one you write "You're a fool" on, and it will rot way quicker.
Because shame is worse than hate. You know what I mean?
Shame is the lowest.
Yeah,
exactly. The lowest vibration.
So to shame you is worse than say I hate you.
And so really people hinder themselves manifesting stuff in their life without even knowing it. And it could be from this life or another. But if you have shame for something you've done, or guilt for something you've done, and you haven't released that, then that vibration is constantly going to be affecting your body in your day-to-day life and all that other good stuff.
Everybody around you.
Everybody around you.
Everybody all over the world.
And so that really brings a whole new proof to the meaning when it come to me. And I told Alex that you're better to be alone and vibrate higher than you are to be around people that's going to bring your vibration down. That you're actually helping the world more by cutting these negative people and people who bring you down out of your life.
Yeah.
You're helping the world, yourself and everybody around you in your community by taking these hard steps in your life sometimes. But always remember, you got to remember your lessons. You always learn your lessons from what you do. You let go of your guilt and your shame, and you move on, and you vibrate higher.
And it's almost like everybody in your life is put there to teach you a lesson, or to throw a little hint in there to get the big picture.
Everybody in your life was put there for that reason.
It's a piece for the puzzle. It takes a while to put it together, but once you put it together, you start seeing all the puzzles for what they are. Or all the pieces to the puzzle for what they are to the piece.
But yeah, everybody's definitely in your life for a reason, because I kind of hit on that on the first episode. It's like your soul group and soul contracts. It's like your chosen lesson before you come here, your chosen group of people that you chose to teach you your lessons and to come in your life at a certain point in time so you can learn what you need to learn, because this is all just for the experience. This is just the universe experiencing itself, a piece of God experiencing itself. It's love trying to express love in its most simplest form. Just like I said, if we was going to write a Bible, I can write it on a piece of paper, and one word, I just write love, and that covers all religions, and that's the end of the story. There ain't nothing left to fight about, guys.
Yeah.
Nothing to fight about whatsoever. Just fucking love everybody. It's just
in the
that
60s,
simple.
what they say? What they say?
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Exactly.
You know what happened in the 60s? The first wave of indigo children.
Mm-hmm.
These people genetically see things differently than everybody else.
They're not easily programmed. They
No.
think outside the box. They're creative.
The
as hell.
program actually speeds these
Yeah, that's the
these
thing.
indigo children's awakening. So that's why you had, and it's great because these these indigo children, they started coming in the late 50s, early 60s. These people brought on great things to our country. Desegregation, women's rights, all kinds. They fought for all kinds
Civil
of
rights,
real stuff, and they actually had to fight.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome about now is we don't have to fight anymore. It's like the table was set for us. We've already won by you learning what I'm trying to teach you and learn how to vibrate higher. There's nothing that can stop it. Everything has been designed in the whole system for a long, long time for this specific moment right now. So every time you turn around, it's kind of like Christianity teaches. I don't know much about other religions, but they're always like, the devils are looking out for you. He's going to attack you around every corner. Well, the darkness literally is out there and is attacking us from every freaking corner.
But the power are still people, so they still feel the frequency. That's the amazing part. You know what I'm saying?
But just as all the texts say is the darkness will never win over the light, and the battle was already won already. And so, like I said, everything is just coming to light. So all this bad stuff that they're showing on the TV, one, is an attempt to lower your vibration, which is their goal. The other two is the reason why it's all coming out is because the truth has to come out. That's how light shines on darkness.
You remember when they said a mustard seed will move a mountain? The faith of a mustard seed will move a mountain. What is faith, though? Faith is basically manifesting. It's saying that I believe that this is going to happen, and I have faith.
Faith is a little bit.
What is faith?
It's a little bit more than belief. Faith is almost like intuition. It's the knowing, like to get to like that perfect affirmation stage or that super manifestation point is instead of like asking for something or having any doubt or anything like that, you have to know, kind of like already be thankful for what you're asking for, because you already got it.
As soon as you ask for it, you got it.
And then you throw a little bit of gratitude in there, just being grateful for the things that you already have, and that sends it out to the universe to give you more of it. And it's so simple. It's crazy when you break it down to freaking. I mean, really.
But even beyond the frequency, man, your whole body language and your whole mannerisms are affecting everybody around you, whether you believe it or not. It's affecting everyone. It affects me to the point where I can't even stand it. And that's why you got to get those people out of your life. Those people you can't stand to be around. Those people you don't have to be around in your personal life. Get them out. You might have to work with some people you like or don't like. But the point of the matter is, at the end of the day, you get to choose your personal life. Pick some cool ass motherfuckers to hang out with. I mean, this starts with that. When it gets to that point, you get to realizing that you get to bouncing ideas and realizing you can put it all together. You just got to do that. Spend the time for it. Try it out. Do your research.
Oh, it's crazy the things I've been seeing over the weekend. I've talked about this consciousness grid and about everything vibrating higher and how basically we're going to create a new earth, and it's going to be by learning things I'm talking about right now on how to just vibrate higher, just simple stuff. But in different spiritual like awakening groups and stuff, I've been talking to Alex here. I would have a thought, and then the same thing would come up in the freaking group, and then you look at the timestamp, and it would be the same freaking time.
Like, for instance, I seen somebody post in the group, and I said, damn, that's just what Nick told me, like word for word, and it was around the same time. Crazy. Just happened like that.
Just like that.
Then when you get to connecting, you get the feeling, and I'll typing that, you get the feeling everybody's frequency even raise and connect. I feel like you gotta connect as much as raise it, Send it out there.
That's right. Just
send it out there.
Just by having it, you're putting it out there.
Yeah.
And so, sorry guys, I'm kind of a little disconnected.
Just let them know.
This picture for you.
Just let them know I'm gonna vibrate higher, and I'm gonna be positive, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, man. And if you're not about that, man, I'm sorry for you. Because there ain't nothing but positive about that. Damn, man, if you're that positive, you can't really be told that much about anything.
All right, I got this for you guys. This picture's for the viewers. I don't know if anybody's viewing, but for the later viewers, for you guys listen to the audio, I will explain.
And there's as far as frequencies, we got like 100 to 700.
20 to 700. It's really
20 to 700 to 1,000.
Yeah, this spectrum here shows it 20 to 700, but 700 to 1,000 is ultimate consciousness. That's like the highest vibrational.
Oh, that's the source.
Yeah, that's source.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Here you go, guys. Here's the picture. And I was wanting to show you of the frozen water crystals here. So, just by writing on the bottle of water and freezing it and looking under the microscope, thank you, nice little pretty crystal, like a snowflake. Wisdom, also another snowflake-like crystal, different, not identical, because it's a different frequency. It's going to be different.
That's crazy.
Truth, another awesome snowflake-like crystal. Eternal, another. Angel, looks like a halo, which is pretty freaking cool. I love you is a nice looking flake. Peace is unique. You fool.
Shame.
It's just all distorted and looks like nothing. You make me sick. Looks kind of like some sick water. Evil. Kind of looks like the opposite of the angel. That's pretty cool. And then they've even cleaned. They've even just took the sample of polluted water and added a prayer to this polluted water, and they froze it and looked at it with just the straight polluted water, and then they prayed to the water, prayed about the water, and the water froze in a beautiful molecule, obviously, and it's all clean and pure, whereas the water before was kind of dark and
that's
impure.
crazy.
Yeah.
So what is even possible at that point? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm saying
that's
that
crazy.
Everything can be effective. You can heal people like Jesus and all these other yogis, as I'll call them, which are like highly enlightened spiritual people. Someone get out of here. Which were these highly I
think we got a video problem. Maybe. But keep going.
Anyway,
Yogis.
These yogis. We shut that door.
Yeah.
These yogis.
I think we're good. We're good.
or these highly enlightened individuals, this cross this plane of existence throughout history that we've decided to write about. Whether the story got messed up or not, there's still an underlying fact to all these stories. And these enlightened individuals, they all possess powers of healing people. And when it comes down to it, there's people out there that can heal people with intention alone. And I guess the new future will be whenever we figure out what all we can do with our intentions alone. And so science has already did experiments on water, which I've showed you already. They did the same intentions with growing plants, and the plants actually grew different by writing on the pot. Or they did another one with playing like a heavy metal hateful music versus playing like a loving type music. And in both cases with just writing the intention on the pot, or I hate you or I love you was a tremendous difference in the two plants, versus playing a hateful heavy metal versus a more pure loving song. Affected every part of the being of the plant. Like it really affected the reality of the plant. Like it's just that simple. Like scientifically proven.
So if a yogi at 700 can affect 700 million people, just think if all those people get to a higher 500 or 400, like the average is what, 250?
It says that.
So just imagine.
One yogi can affect 70 million people.
Yeah.
One person at 500, which the scale for you guys who can't see it, one person at 500, which is love, can affect 75,000 people that's vibrating at the frequency of 200, which is right at courage. And the funny thing is on average, the whole earth is around like 200 right now, right at courage. That's what we call getting by. Anything below courage is suffering, and the first one right under courage is pride.
And they said suffering is right. Is at the level of society, in that level of society, you would be homeless to be enduring suffering.
Oh no, we've been at these frequencies already before, because what's happened is the frequency is rising. The pulse, the universe has a pulse. Your heart actually goes to this pulse. The same reason why everybody feels like time is speeding up. Physics has proven that time is literally speeding up. Everything is speeding up. Everything is vibrating higher because there's a shift coming, just like I told you in the first episode. Ain't nobody can stop it. The whole universe is changing. Get on your roller coaster, put a smile on your face, feel all the love, and ride the freaking ride. Don't be scared of shit. Ain't nothing to be scared of. Just try to smile. Try to love everybody, and try to take any kind of bad thoughts. Like as soon as a thought comes in, get rid of that.
Because if any damn thing, we need to change for real, a real change. And if anything, this is gonna be it. So why would you not be happy?
And that's the awesome thing about the change. The only thing you gotta change is you.
Yeah.
You. If you can't change you, then what the hell can you change?
That's what you told me.
And that's where you gotta start at. You gotta start with yourself.
It's true.
You change your own life. You set the example, and then people will see.
It ain't weird no more. It's like this dude's cool and he's doing this. So it opens it up to other people who are scared. Just like before, everybody wants to. Follow something good.
And some people are scared, and it's a scary thing. I went through the scary part. I mean, the path is. It starts off with anger, right here at the bottom of the scale, and it goes all the way up. I mean,
deceit,
shame,
lies,
guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage.
Then the courage,
neutrality, 250.
Then it's the neutrality. Think about it.
Willingness, 310. Acceptance, 350. Reason, 400. Love, 500. Joy, 540. Peace, 600. Enlightenment, 700 to 1,000. And so
if you're woke, you're about around a 400. if you're awake, you're probably around like a 350 to 400.
350 to 400. You're gonna be around acceptance and reason.
Yeah. Then you're getting the reasoning now.
That's gonna be like at the beginning of the better part of your awakening or your journey to enlightenment.
Yeah, you're already there. You're getting there.
One cool thing about Edgar Casey. This guy is freaking awesome. I done told you guys, if you don't know him, about him, you gotta check him out. I mean, he when he was alive, he did a lot of amazing things
for free.
He met a lot of famous people, presidents. He really had some things figured out. They called him a prophet, a mystic. But don't let these terms shun you off, because I know a lot of Christian folk will like turn away. But if you are Christian and you're a hardcore Christian, and things I'm saying is struggling your core beliefs, because that's what everybody struggles with, is their core beliefs. But if you're struggling with that, definitely look into Edgar Casey. He's going to say things that you were taught, and he's going to put a different, the right light on it. And so you can open up to how things really are, and kind of get rid of your controlled indoctrination, because all the religions these days have been manipulated for control. And so when it comes down to it, you gotta do like my shirt says, and it says you gotta let that shit go. Look at everybody say right here, all the religions out there. Oh shit. You need to let that shit go. Alright, just let it all go.
Yeah.
These yogis, these people, these main heads to all these religions that people try to center around them.
Spirits.
That's not the dish they was serving. I know everybody's seen the cool ass meme where you got Shiva and Jesus and Muhammad and all these guys are like standing together, and then there's like buddies, and it says Jesus wasn't Christian.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
And, Buddha wasn't Buddhist. You know, it's really just
Muhammad wasn't Islam.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't Islamic. These things.
So it's just that simple, and they're teaching exactly what I'm trying to tell you here. It's really simple. The main thing that they got you from was right off gate when they told you to look on the outside for what you was looking for. I mean, that was the whole opposite. One little tiny thing. It's a whole motherfucking opposite.
Are you born knowing, or are you born knowing all? You know what I mean?
You are born knowing all, and then as parents, we condition our children, and we, excuse my language, we fucked them up.
Yeah, early,
but kind of what's going on now, there wasn't nobody that could stop it. There's nobody that was able to stop it when it first started in the early 50s and 60s. It ain't done nothing but get faster, and it's a whole new amazing thing. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
What about the crystal grid, though? You want to talk about that?
I still got some more stuff here on the raising frequency. And so the Earth right now is on an average of 200. So we're at the courage point. And so me, every day I'm trying to work at that love stage. That's 500. So 500, I mean, that's a pretty good effect on a lot of people. Just if I can just stay loving all the time, then I'm gonna be affecting a lot of people around me. And if we can all keep working towards working up this scale that you see here, with our everyday thoughts and actions, that's how the world's going to change. There can't nobody do a damn thing about it. Like, that's the frequency. That's higher frequencies. That's what come to me for the name of the show. That's what come to me for the freaking second episode. So sorry that the first episode was 2 hours and 20 minutes. Did not intend that. Listen to it on the audio, chop it up. It was just kind of I needed a base foundation, and this is kind of where it went. A lot of people listened to the whole thing, they loved it and couldn't wait for another one, and so here we are, not too much longer, and we're going to do another one on Thursday. It's going to be on numerology and 11/11, because it is it will be January the 11th.
Today's 8th, so Tuesday,
maybe Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday
we gotta do one. We're gonna do one.
And so, you know, what happens is we start out, we're indoctrinated with all these things, be it religion or, you know, just the simple things of a little kid. You know, I do my kid the same way. He's always wanting something he can't have, and I have to say no all the time. So no, you know. That really affects, really, in the long run.
It affects their inner psyche, like their deep psyche in a way. Exactly. They're so young.
Yeah, and it's not intentional. It's just kind of how the process goes. But what you don't realize is non-intentionally you can have blockages to stop yourself from vibrating higher or manifesting things you want just by thinking I'm broke, or thinking I can't afford this, or you know, I'm ugly, or nothing goes right for me. If you have any of these thoughts in your mind, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, or I'm going through so much, I feel so bad right now, I just want to like die or whatever. Then you're opening yourself up for that influence, the energy.
And you influence everyone around you the same way, and it's horrible for people who can feel that crap.
It adds up. It adds up.
So literally, if you're around somebody and you literally feel them sucking you out, you got to get away from that. You cannot be around that. You're better off to everybody, them and yourself, by not letting anybody pull you down or drain your energy out of you, or bring any of these lower frequencies into your vibe. And so joy is a frequency of 540. And really, that's one of the pretty easiest ones to hit. You can just be playful.
Happy. Yeah.
You can be playful. Like playing with my little boy, so much fun.
Or go to work, take a few minutes there and kick a hacky sack around, shoot a couple basketballs, or like whatever you want to do. Anything. Play around, bring some Nerf guns to work, like, you know.
Yeah, anything playing.
Hit somebody in the nuts. I don't know.
I'm 30 years old, and my little boy is 4. And he's got to the point where he's got Nerf guns and stuff, and I like going buying Nerf guns as much as he likes getting them, just because I like being a kid. But just by me running around the house shooting Nerf guns with my little boy, you know, me and
frequency's going up.
Me and him, you know, we're vibrating at like 540, 600. We're affecting everybody around here. Like, there's only another 100 to go in the frequency to freaking hit. You know, to get above peace and joy right there, there's only like 100, 200 to hit enlightenment. So that's where you're affecting 70 million people. 70 million people were raising that vibration.
700 million, bro. Pretty sure. Maybe 70, but I don't know, man.
I wrote it down. Hold on.
I may be wrong.
It is
700.
No, it was 70. 70
oh, okay.
Million.
But either way, if you times that by 10, man, I mean, that's an incredible amount of people. That's more people that's in, like, Charlotte, North Carolina, like, way more than that. Like, you know what I mean?
I just had a
whole city.
Little key thought. Not only did during the indigo age did we not have, you know, these people born, but we also had the baby boomers. And kids alone vibrate higher.
Yeah.
Just period.
Yeah.
Kids, they're right around neutral to joy and peace.
Yeah.
Possibly all the way to enlightenment.
Yeah.
And that's just a straight up vibration off a regular kid.
Yeah.
Kids these days are a whole nother wave.
Yeah, they're higher.
Because I've told you about the indigo, where you got you got the rainbow and the crystalline, and all these 3 terms are really they're related to the aurora around your body. And so people who can see auroras, I know I'm saying that. Auras. People that can see auras, they'll see the color. So if you were an indigo child, you're gonna be indigo, like the top of this chart here, which is the ultimate consciousness. That's what your aura is going to vibrate around you, whether it's just automatically there.
It's like an evolution almost, like, you know what I mean? It's like the next level of evolution, but it's not like that. But just if you compare the two, it's like the next level, you know what I mean?
And then so the next wave of kids that are born automatically vibrating higher, which is possibly kids from 2000 plus.
Yeah. When they got two parents that's vibrating higher.
Actually, it could be late 80s to early 90s on up until now. Would be the rainbow children, and so their auras would be rainbow colored, like all colors of this spectrum here. And then you got the crystalline, and their auras would be white. And these kids vibrate super high, like off gate.
Like the geniuses.
And so you see the scale here, 7 to 1000. Well, white is all colors.
What's the one below crystalline?
It would have to be enlightenment.
Below it.
That's what it said.
Oh,
I'm saying crystalline has to be the
top
they're
above
of the chart.
Enlightenment.
Has to be the top of the chart, because white is the color of all colors.
That's the kids that's like graduating college at like 11 years old and like inventing new things, like you said.
There's a lot of theories that people are looking into that's thinking autism is really shining a lot on this. And
the creativity.
These kids are they can't handle our society because we're vibrating at like 200. These kids are born vibrating at 700 to 1,000 plus 1,000. Because if I'm thinking it right, white is all colors together, whereas black is the absence of colors. So therefore, white would be this whole spectrum plus. This only goes to 1,000. It goes to indigo. So white would have to be even higher, and so that would be even higher vibration. And so these kids can't handle this 200 that we're ranging around, and so they can't handle our environment. It's just too much for them. They're just kind of really sleeper agents. They're waiting for the shift to happen to where everybody is vibrating higher, and we're already seeing on how amazing these kids are, because they're starting to get a little older now, where they can they've learned how to write and all this other good stuff, and they're doing like tremendous stuff. We got freaking 12-year-olds inventing stuff like Tesla would get a hard on about.
What about the Age of Enlightenment, man? You remember that back in the day? That's like when all Picasso, Michelangelo, Leonardo, all those crazy artistic creative geniuses, bro.
I forgot.
There's gotta be something into that.
There is. It's
called the Age of Enlightenment, bro. The Great Renaissance come out of that, man. It's like some of the greatest things humankind's ever seen. We can't even duplicate it now if we even tried, bro. The level of skill times creativity and talent is amazing.
Remember I sent you that picture on my phone?
Yeah.
Of the spiral.
Yeah.
It started at dinosaurs. It was real small.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
It got bigger in the
middle. I remember.
You don't remember it? It's basically, it's like the flower of life, which is a piece of sacred geometry. It basically kind of makes like an eyeball in the middle. Well, the spiral starts at the bottom, real small, and it gets bigger in the middle, and it gets back smaller up towards the top. And at the bottom, you've got the dinosaurs, and at the top, you've got like yogi status, Shiva, Jesus, Muhammad, all these guys.
Yeah.
And so what you have is dinosaurs, slower type of evolution, where you get to the middle here, where you hit this one strand, which was the enlightenment phase.
Which you got consciousness somewhere around after dinosaurs. We got consciousness.
Consciousness is always.
Yeah.
Consciousness is always. But right up this one evolution here, you've got the Enlightenment age. This is where all the books come from about Buddha and Jesus and all that term. And then after that, you hit this dark spiral of destruction.
Dark Ages.
And all that good stuff, the Dark Ages. And then where we are now
medieval
with all the
times.
war and all that stuff. Like
a lot of slavery, a lot of peasants.
AD, I mean, you get about the time they started writing these books. You had like the Romans killing everybody that was saying anything about Gnostic teaching and like finding
paganism.
God inside of you,
Yeah.
pagan stuff like that. They were like going out and killing these people and all kinds of stuff during that time. And so we hit a super, super, super dark ages. I mean, it's still pretty dark, but there was definitely a way darker point
Oh,
in
yeah.
the past. Even just in our country alone, there's been way darker points in the past. In the last 100 years, we've already been in darker points.
Back in the day, we had
World War I and II.
we had real bad famine. Like, we didn't have any food. We had a scarcity. We had droughts. We had cold snaps that killed our food supply. So we were in a dark time, man. We were like survival, you know.
And so
barely
with
living.
the slightest knowledge of history, for people who don't care about history, like with the slightest knowledge of history, you can see that to be true.
Yeah.
And it's the same things with the vibration frequency. I mean, it was vibrating smaller, and then it got vibrating higher because everything was happening fast at first, like through dinosaurs, the very early evolution of the universe.
Off.
Everything was like fast, and it hit the slower pace where we are now, or where we was, and now we're getting back up the faster part of the spiral, which all the way to the top, many years, generations, wherever, you know, is super consciousness level. But what we're going through now, as funny as the fifth dimension, as they say. I guess that's kind of why we are higher frequencies, 5D. Another good website resource, you'll see it on our Facebook page and stuff, is N5D. They've got a lot of great stuff about energy updates and meditation techniques and all kinds of stuff when you start to open your mind and see things for how they are. That's a good source of place to get information, and obviously from us too, because we're going to keep stuff on the website and on the Facebook. Cause
update you on the energy waves, you know, the lunar, what's going on with the moon, the natural energy waves that's going to happen. That's going to affect everybody. We want to give you that information because that's what we want to know.
I'm constantly feeding my mind, so I'm constantly helping to try to feed everybody else's mind. I'm meeting other people like-minded, and it's just a snowballing effect, you know, with this consciousness grid and the whole ordeal. Like I said, can't nobody stop it. It's already a done deal.
Once you get two people that's trying to raise their frequency, you don't times it by two, you square it. So whenever two people are on the same frequency, you just square the power. That means times it by itself.
So
live times two, times it by itself.
That's right. And the one thing we really got to do to vibrate higher is watch our judgment on ourselves, be it our appearance, how we thought we was raised, you know, how life just kicked us in the ass. Well, guess what, guys? Life kicked me in the ass. I'm happy with who I am.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, you know. I chose that for it to happen, for me to be where I am, and that's just how it is. If you look that you chose for that to happen before you came here, you can look at it a whole another outlook, and then you got that awesome crap that you don't actually die. So really, what is there to, you just take everything. If you could really look at every situation outside of yourself, outside of your emotions, your ego, your pride, and your judgment, that's where you hit enlightenment stage.
Yeah.
You know, this is where the yogis were at, because then you can really learn to like love. And I know a lot of things I've been trying to do to like live at that love stage. Gratitude is one of my main things I've been using. As soon as I get out of bed, gratitude, grateful for everything I got. Anytime I can try and remember through the day, you know, I'm telling myself in my head that I'm grateful for this and I'm grateful for that. And I just keep getting more and more and more.
Beautiful opportunity I have here. You know, think about it today. Just think about it. You know, you have a beautiful opportunity because you just woke up as a human being. You just woke up as a human being. You just won the game right there.
That same feeling that you had at the New Year's.
You already won it.
You need to have that in the morning.
Yeah.
Because like I said, every single morning is like a brand new year. And so that excitement you had when that clock struck 12, it's like, whoa, you know what I'm doing next year, man? I'm going to work out. I'm going to change my diet. I'm gonna do that. You know what? If you can get that mentality to wake up as soon as you wake up in bed, it's like, man, I'm thankful for this and I'm thankful for that. Today, you know, I'm going to change this about me. Yesterday, I done this, I didn't like it. I'm going to do this today. And, you know, if you could learn to do that crap every day, shit, can't nothing stop you. Ain't nothing going to stop you.
There ain't nothing could stop it. There ain't nothing can stop something like that.
And so we got to release that judgment.
Facts.
Because judgment comes from a series of conclusions we bought and sold to ourselves after seeing or knowing something. So judgment is something that we taught ourselves. Our parents may have taught us. Our religion may have taught us. People, school, TV, government, parents, religion. break the fucking cycle, guys. Please.
Yeah.
Quit fucking lying to your kids. And I hate it for anybody out there. My mom broke the cycle with me. She told me Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and all that shit wasn't real when I was 4 years old. Well, next year, I'm not lying to my kid no more. I'm not continuing to promote lying is okay if everybody's fucking lying. That's not fucking how it works. Fuck y'all. That's how the fuck I think about it.
Yeah, straight up. Because if they're like, damn, they lied about that for that many years.
So think about this shit. All right,
me?
you're a little kid. All right, you get to like fucking 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and you find out your fucking parents have been lying to you your entire fucking life.
Bullshitting.
Like, how will that make you fucking feel?
They might have been.
Like, I can't even remember how that made me feel. My mom didn't do that.
Crushed you.
I didn't even make it to.
They did that.
You know, she told me at 4.
I heard it for a while, and then it was like just like anything else. It takes you a while to hear it, and you're like, damn. That is, you know, they was lying that whole time, man. They sold it to me. Good.
Cognitive dissonance, is what they call it.
Yeah. Well, you call it I would call it critical thinking, man. And I didn't. I tried to.
No, I'm talking about knowing the truth, but like ignoring it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's when you try to accept. That's when you make excuses for what you know is the truth, but you try to lie to yourself because you maybe core beliefs.
Yeah, I'm not making up any excuses of why I should lie to my son about anything. Because one thing that really set me on fire about this path was when I realized I was going to have a kid. And I was like, what people don't really realize is karma is real. You serve many lives. You'll serve your karma here or in the next. One of the easiest thing to bring the cycle of karma, and a lot of indigos and these rainbow children, they won't have any kids. They won't even have relationships with other people because the karma that you can bring in your life with your kid
will connect you to the next life. You will be reincarnated again if you put that karma out there. That's what it is.
And so those people with kids, you know, think about how you treat your kids, what you teach them. Especially those people out there who fucking treat their kids like shit. All these people, drug addict parents, you know, wow. You know, you wonder.
You're overdosing on heroin in the front seat with your kid, and he's in the back seat just crying, and you're just fucking passed out. Yeah, come on.
You have to still look at that with a love and an open heart, because when it comes down to it, both entities are serving a wheel of karma. Yeah. But you still have free will, and so the abused could be the person receiving a karma from a previous life, but the abuser had an opportunity for a free will to be the disher of that karma. And so that's the trick. You may be serving karma to somebody for something they've done, but you had that opportunity of free will, just like the Bible or anything else has told you that makes us unique to anything else, is that free will. Yeah. And so that's the kind of the
you made a decision there. You could go left or right, and
that's
right.
And that person or that entity would have still gotten a lesson that they needed down the road.
Not in that form or fashion, maybe in another form or fashion,
or a different
maybe
person. You know, just a different person. You know, another opportunity for somebody else to express their free will, or express their, or have the opportunity to prove where they've learned a lesson that they needed to learn or chose to learn, an opportunity to learn that lesson, and whether they do or don't, the consequences will come around. And so releasing judgment on what we've been taught about religion, releasing judgment by what the government tells you about politics, and releasing these things are going to help you vibrate higher. It's going to help you manifest stuff into your life every day. It's really so simple. If you can't change the situation you're in, then you haven't tried to change your situation, or you still have a judgment blocking you, and that judgment is I can't be in a different situation. I can't work here. I can't do that. You know, even society puts like the one on women. You know, women think they can't make as much money or whatever. You know, a lot of them are just straight up manifesting that by they've heard that. They don't think they actually believe it, but subconsciously they're telling themselves this, and that's how it works. Like, that could hold a woman back just by hearing that. And even though she don't think that she's thinking it, but like subconsciously, with her energy, she could still be thinking that, and it's affecting her day-to-day life.
And the thing about that is, I read this thing about Egyptian culture. It said in Egyptian culture, women could divorce the men, could own land, had all the rights of a man, made as much money as men. So in Egyptian culture, if it goes back like that,
I'm pretty sure, like in Egyptian culture, a woman was like a goddess because she fucking births humans.
Exactly.
And shit. You know,
that's what the
pretty
ankh
big
is.
deal.
It's kind of the womb, yeah.
I mean, Mother Nature, they call the earth Mother Nature, and she's home to all of us. So just the word mother alone shows that, you know, a woman is sacred, and what they do is pretty magical.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing's pretty magical.
Yeah.
Just how it is, I guess.
They're powerful. That's what they are.
And so, to vibrate higher in your everyday life, make choices that change. That daily resolution, you know. Pick out something you don't like in your life, make a choice to change it. If you haven't changed it, you haven't chosen to change it.
Challenge yourself. That's another way of enlightening, is taking the courage to go in an opportunity where, you know, you feel uncomfortable or scared. Throw yourself in the fire.
You know, and then already be thankful for it. Say you want a new job, and just be like, man, I'm grateful I'm getting that job I've been wanting. You know, it's that simple.
I'm great to be working on top of a mountain with like a live, fresh spring right beside it. I mean, come on. I'm thankful to wake up this morning and be able to drive a car that I own, and, you know, or whatever, you know. I'm helpful to have the basics.
Gratitude is awesome. I actually seen this cool video about this guy who was giving away pebbles, little small tiny rocks that you carry in your pocket, called a gratitude rock.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because he was poor, and he was, you know, he was wanting money. He was trying to provide for his family, and he was trying to figure it out. And he ended up reading or hearing something about gratitude, and he ended up picking up a pebble and was like, "I'm gonna make this a gratitude rock."
Mm-hmm.
And shit started changing in his life, and he started telling people. And then a couple people wanted a little rock, and he would just pick up a pebble and like put this in your pocket every morning. I even had one for a while. I want to get back to it too. Just a little rock, you know. You pick it up in the morning, and you think of everything you're grateful for, and you put it in your pocket. And then when you go to bed, you're emptying your pockets out, and you pull out that rock, and you do the same thing. You think about everything you're grateful for. And this guy ended up selling these little rocks for $1, and made all kinds of freaking money and changed all kinds of people's lives all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a simple $1.
Because it didn't have
somebody's life. It changed his life, and it changed everybody's life.
More, way more than that.
Way more than that little simple $1. By that little
he
lesson
figured it
of
out
gratitude.
right there.
Yeah, he hacked the system with a rock.
He gave them something worth more than what what they paid for it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was worth more than what he paid for it.
That's
It adds up. Anybody got any questions?
I got one in my personal life, because I've tried to keep myself on the up and up on a lot of things, and I remember going through a point in my life where my son was just born. It was 3 months before Christmas. I had worked for a guy for like 2.5 years, and he started acting funny when I found out I wasn't Christian. And then my wife was in and out of the hospital at the time with while she was pregnant with kidney stones and stuff. And so I went from I worked there like 2 years, never missing a day, to like having a life with a couple little problems, you know. And, you know, I had to miss a day here and there, and ended up late one day, like super late, 8 o'clock, no call, no show. Ended up getting fired. Christian guy, mind you not.
For Christmas.
Yeah, 3 months before Christmas, and he had the nerve to say, I know you just bought a house and you just had a kid, but I'm going to have to let you go.
Savage.
But he said at least you'll be able to draw unemployment, but then he turned around and denied that. And so for like 3 months, you know, I had decent credit, a couple credit cards. I kept floating along credit cards, and I was working with a buddy of mine, doing some piddle work, making ends meet with side work, and credit cards. Really it's just credit cards, because I probably didn't even make $100 or something, maybe working a day or so. And But he's like, man, what are you gonna do? He's like, I'd be going crazy. I was like, it's about to be Christmas. You know, you lost your job. I was like, man, it'll be all right. I was like, I already know I've been through all kinds of crazy shit. When I look back, I was like, every time something bad happened, it always works out. It always works out.
Yeah.
You know, I love Bob Marley. One of my favorite songs is Three Little Birds. And that just don't work because everything's going to be all right. You know, if you can put that in your head, then guess it's a true story. And so I said this for 3 months. Could not buy my son a Christmas present for his very first Christmas. I got a new awesome job that I loved, like, right at the beginning of the year. And then I've been working there for about a month and I had to do over the phone hearing with the unemployment office and the owner, and he made himself look like the douchebag that he was acting like. And
he played himself.
Yeah, he played himself, and then turned around. I got like $3,000 from back unemployment because you gotta give somebody at least a couple warnings or write them up or something. You can fire anybody in North Carolina for any reason, but you're gonna pay unemployment unless you got a legit risk.
It's called right to work law.
And so I turned around and got like $3,000 for that, and then I filed my taxes for my first year of my little boy and got like $6,000. So by February, I went from
You were straight.
I went straight from the end of December not being able to buy one Christmas present for my little boy for his first Christmas, with the mentality that everything was going to be all right, and even was displaying that and telling it to somebody I knew and showing it.
Yeah.
And bam, $10,000.
You went from dead ass broke to comfortable. Dead ass.
I even got one that's even more recent for you guys on how I've been kind of practicing or done some things along the nature. It was about 3-4 months ago. I had a business last year that I closed in the middle of the year, and then I worked solo for myself until about January. I ended up breaking my hand, so that kind of screwed me up for about a month. And so it's been a real rocky road for my employment for like a whole year plus, a year and a couple months. It was October. I was with my buddy Chad. I was helping him off and on. And one day I needed to get money for gas so I can come back the next day to work. And I told him, I said, you know what, man? I said, I'm not going to be broke anymore. I said, I'm done with this shit. I said, it ain't going to happen. I'm not going to be broke anymore.
That's over with.
And that day I had $80 in my pocket. They come out of nowhere.
Talking about if you had a couple dollars to get home to, $80.
By then they had $80
like dinner and a little
come out.
Gas and all that.
And right after that, I hooked up with the contractor I'm working for now, and ended up with the freaking awesome ass job in the mountains where everything just naturally vibrates higher, and you can't be mad about nothing. Where I was working in the city of Charlotte, you got all the electronics and all this, all these other vibrations
traffic,
and
the beeping,
and all that stuff. Little did I know, me sitting in traffic in Charlotte, listening to my music, just like happy to be off work. I was helping all them people around there like not hate traffic as much. You know what I'm saying? That guy over there beeping his horn and shooting motherfucker a bird. Me being happy listening to my good music was helping that guy a little bit to be a little less stressful. He might have got out and smacked somebody or hit somebody with his car.
And we was already stressful. It just felt like
and then he's spreading it to everybody else right there in his close vicinity.
It's that real. It's just like that though.
But yeah, that's like right up in my own personal life, just straight up how it works.
Yeah. Mine
simple.
too, bro.
That's
I did
simple.
the same thing.
It's that simple.
Yeah. You gotta make yourself. You gotta just live in a moment. If you're just riding home from work from Charlotte, okay, fuck it. What can you do about a ride home work? The ride home from Charlotte after work. You can't do nothing about it. I mean, shit. You're gonna sit in the car for an hour and a half, and you're just gonna sit there. Be happy. Simple as that. It affects the grid, one way or the other. But in the mountains, it's not like that. You ain't got no traffic. You ain't got to do shit. You know exactly how long it's going to take you to get home. You know exactly when you're going to get,
Nature has its own frequency.
Oh,
and
does it?
You're surrounded by it. That's I got an article on the website you guys check out. 2 articles. One for you Christians and one for, and the Exodus for everybody, particularly Christians. It's called Become Jesus. Don't be mad, just read it. And the other one's called Connections, and it's talking about Mother Earth and Father Universe, and honoring your mother and father. It's about connections and how to connect with Mother Nature and Father Universe. It's simply going outside in nature and listening to the birds and feel the wind and feel the sun on your face.
Listen to the waterfall.
All these things are you're congregating with your mother or your father.
You're getting that true megahertz of nature.
And by Father Universe really is a source consciousness, God, just like Jesus prayed to the Father, thou art in heaven. Yeah. Father who is in the universe, Father's in the universe, source, creative force, whatever you want to call it. The thing is that we're all gods. God translates to I am. And so you gotta be, I actually just read and it kind of makes sense, especially prayer, meditating and stuff. You don't want to use God. Calling on God can bring on really any entities, because we are all gods. That means it means I am. And so I think it's kind of funny that I stood against the name because of what people thought automatically. So I didn't want to use the word, and then I was kind of getting to where I wanted to use the word, to relate to people, and then I learned that I don't need to use the word, especially in the type of, like, if you're meditating or praying, because you can be contacting entities that's on this plane and in third dimension, because God translates to I am. And so even praying to Jesus can bring in entities from other dimensions, because Jesus wasn't really his name. And so you could be like Yahshua 12, like from the 12th dimension, because the 12th is the highest dimension. This is where all the yogis, gods, goddesses, these are the highly enlightened people who came here to try to teach us what we're talking about now, which is all the pieces to all the stories, kind of miss thing. But that's the cool thing about this consciousness grid is I'm not crazy. There's people all across the world who's getting fed the same information. So if you're not feeling it, as soon as you start opening your mind and connecting and shit, you're gonna feel it and you're gonna know it. And looking into my eyes and listening to my voice, you should know that what I'm spilling to you is truth within my heart. And so if you're mad about it, that's your personal struggle with your own core values and your own closed-mindedness and your own problem. And that's the judgment, and that's the stuff that's going to stop you from manifesting. That's just going to keep you at these lower frequencies. So you have to release these things to arise to the higher frequency. That's just how it goes.
How the cookie crumbles.
So vibrate higher, guys. The simplest thing. If the simplest thing is playing and having fun, to hit like 500, freaking be a kid, play. Yeah. Have a kid, play with your kid all the time. Reason and acceptance. These are still higher than the status quo. So if you're just being willing, if you're having willingness or acceptance and reason with people, these hit 310 to 400 on the frequency. And so
and you're probably vibrating higher in whatever you love to do, not just skateboarding or whatever, just snowboarding, skateboarding, making music, writing, whatever you love to do. You might love to play baseball, you might love sports, whatever you love. When you're doing what you love to do, creating things, building, whatever you want to do, you're automatically vibrating higher. Because that's playfulness right there, and it's that's all.
Well, if you're creating things, that's a whole nother level. Yeah. Because you're actually connecting. You're actually using your pineal gland and you're using all parts of your brain and stuff. So creating stuff is a whole nother level. Where it comes to writing or playing music, or painting, art, stuff like that. That's a whole nother connection. I remember we had somebody that was asking about cleaning, decalcifying your pineal gland.
And it all comes together when you think about the enlightenment period. All the good spirituality. I got this stuff.
And so just by creating and being creative and stuff, you're gonna decalcify your pineal gland. If you like to paint, anything that you're doing that's expressing your creativity is going to naturally cleanse your pineal gland. You want to avoid processed foods like hot dogs, bologna, any kind of processed meat. Frozen stuff is processed. All this stuff is will decalcify. It'll calcify your pineal gland, and won't stop you. It'll hinder your connection, with other things. But your pineal gland is like a whole nother episode in itself, basically. We got anybody around? Anybody got any questions?
Does anybody have any questions? Please just throw us some.
We got any viewers? What's got going on?
Yeah, we got some.
Huh?
Yeah.
What we got? Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming to listen to me talk a bunch of stuff. But
we got 3 viewers. I mean, somebody's got a question, I hope.
But just by people listening and just a little intro that I played at the beginning is a binaural beat. You can listen to sounds. You can affect yourself with stones, crystals, the colors of the stones.
We got the crystal healers out there.
Look what we got here. We got an amethyst.
Yeah.
That's purple. That's got to be somewhere between 540 and 700. Amethyst. If you look it up, so many uses. But yeah, there's all kinds of things that
there's people out there just crystal healers, man. They heal with crystals.
Yeah, they know.
Is that real?
They know the powers of the universe. Out of Mother Nature. There's a reason why people feel a certain way when they get to the beach, and there's a reason why people feel a certain way at the mountains. And around any large body of water.
So we go to vacation.
70% water, so obviously you're going to feel more heightened at a body of ocean.
That's why we go there on vacation.
Exactly.
That's our break from reality. We
it's
go
not
to
even
the
break
ocean,
from reality. You go somewhere to vibrate higher.
Yeah, but you're naturally drawn there.
You're naturally drawn to the spaces that make you vibrate higher. Yeah. The reason why the mountains make you vibrate higher is because they're giant crystals. Yeah. It's just the mountains is a freaking giant crystal. This little crystal holds power. What do you think of freaking mountain and all the fucking minerals and crystals? That's a lot of good ass vibrations. Yeah. Why do you think when you get to the mountains, if it ain't a meth head, you'll find the open minded hippie dude and all these like cool ass.
Go to Hot Springs, North Carolina, and where the Appalachian Trail crosses through there, and just see the hippies that go through there.
I mean,
they're into it.
They can't help to be in that way. That's just. They're just naturally acquired knowing, intuition.
Something tells them to go there.
Consciousness.
They're like, go. Their inner self is like, go, and they go.
The only thing I've ever wanted to do was go, but I guess I've been here for a reason. I guess after this episode, me and Alex kind of figured out why we were here, because we were here for this area to vibrate a higher. This is where our light work was, where they stuck us. And so
a lot of people,
I guess we're gonna be here until whatever the next stage is, and we're released from our duties thereabouts.
That's
and
fine.
Go see the world. But it feels good to kind of know why I didn't get what I wanted, because it wasn't what I needed, or wasn't what everybody else needed. Cause I try to be selfless. I guess we all should try to be selfless.
Got a question.
All right, what's up?
One more thing I struggle with being a former Christian is that everything I've read is a lie. One thing in particular is the book of Revelation. How do you explain Revelation and the coincidences that correlate with events taking place in the world now?
I am so freaking happy that you asked that. And Edgar Casey, if you look into him, he's going to help you out with that a lot too. But I'll go ahead and just spill the beans to you. The Bible is metaphorical. Like, nearly the whole freaking thing is metaphorical. And not only is it metaphorical, it's not the story to beginning to end. It's just a couple books that they picked out, and they translated and changed this a little bit, this and that. And you got this whole forced story that the Romans killed and slayed on the entire world. And then all these people just forgot because they don't know the history. But the book of Revelations is metaphorical for the struggles you go through eternally on the path to enlightenment. Whoa. like all this stuff that you were taught about the rapture, the second coming of Christ is true. It's called the second coming of Christ consciousness. It's happened now. It's the thing that you're going to connect with on your journey to enlightenment. But if you could reread the book of Revelations, I told you there's nothing to be scared of. Christianity is horrible at freaking scaring people into believing their crap. I mean, burning in hell for eternity is scary as shit. You ever burnt your finger a little bit? You imagine your whole body burning forever?
Fire and brimstone.
You know, they was telling me that shit when I was a little ass kid. That's some fucking bullshit. I'm gonna be mad when somebody tells me my kid that shit. Mm-hmm. Break the fucking cycle, people. Quit being fucking ignorant and use your goddamn mind. Ooh, well, that probably.
You were born with critical thinking. They taught you that in school. You should probably use it. You already did use it. I mean, damn.
So, all religion is teaching love. Anything other than the GD I just dropped probably didn't offend. Most things I'm going to say is not going to offend too many people.
No, we try to keep it light.
But Gnosticism and the journey within was what they all taught, included Jesus. Yahshua, whatever his real name was. Jesus is what they put in the freaking King James Version. They even said it was a version, so that shit says, I don't want no version.
It's a version. What else do they have versions of?
But yeah, Revelations is, and tribulations, like all these things you've kind of been taught. Hell, even the rapture, you know, getting called up in the clouds. Well, we're transcending to the fifth dimension, people. We are moving up. We are moving up in vibration. We are transcending. It's metaphorical. You know, tribulations are like 7 years of freaking 3 years of peace, 3.5 years of peace, and 3.5 pieces of hell on earth. I've been through that crap already in my mind. At a young age, at the starting the awakening process. Christianity is what started my awakening process. At like 14, 15 years old.
Let me share why I did it.
Yeah, go ahead and spit it.
I'm going to share this. This is why I stopped doing Christianity. Because I sat in a preacher's private office, right? I had a private question to ask him. I said, man, how is it that Buddhist monks dedicate their whole life to God? They don't have sex with women. They don't drink. They don't do nothing but worship God all day long. I said, how are they going to hell? Or I said, are they going to hell? He was like, yeah. But it shook his core beliefs to question his own shit because that don't even make no sense at all. Makes no sense to me. So why would you be... How does a Buddhist monk that dedicates his life to God going to hell? Doesn't make no sense whatsoever.
Indian proverb that says, I got to believe in your God to go to heaven.
Yeah. If I got to believe in your God to go to heaven... Then why the hell did you tell me about your God? You know what I mean? That I'm going to hell automatically? Why'd you tell me I'm going to hell automatically?
Oh, yeah. His God wasn't going to send him to hell.
Don't make no sense.
But as soon as you told me about your God, you was going to hell.
Yeah.
That was my biggest conflict with religion at a young age, at 14, 15 years old. You know, they taught that if you was not saved by the blood of Christ, then you would burn in hell. Mm-hmm. And then I got to thinking about religion.
Then you never see your ancestors ever again. You know?
I got to think about religion and geography, and I was like, well, hell, religion is geography based. You know, the new country of America, 200 plus years old, is Christian. Most people fled from over there, which was Catholicism, did another cycle where Romans went from Christian and they went back to Catholicism, and that was the law of the land. And these people fled over here to America for religious freedom.
We came over here. The only reason we came over here is for religious freedom.
Yeah, I mean, we still have religious freedom.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, you can practice any religion you want in America, and you still have that religious freedom.
Oh yeah, you do. I'm just saying.
But the main thing that's pushed, you know, for us in the South, I can't speak for other parts of the United States because I haven't even fucking seen all the United States, much less the rest of the fucking world. But yeah, we live below the Bible Belt, so there's churches on every corner. Mostly, they're Christian churches. Obviously, you got Churches of God, which is a more Episcopalian or whatever. They're a little different. They teach in tongues and stuff. Then you got like Southern Baptists and Baptists. That's the hellfire and brimstone type teaching with the second coming of Christ and rapture and all that other scary bullshit.
The only difference between a Methodist,
and then the Methodist church, they're way more like Catholics. They're like they got
they trickle the
baptism.
Got
the little
they don't dip you.
Thing.
They sprinkle you with the water.
Thing going on with the boys and the candles and shit. Yeah, they're a whole lot more Catholic oriented. But there's 128 different forms of Christianity alone. There is so many different forms. I think there was a number. There's 2,500 gods being worshipped every single minute.
I think it's more than that. That's just put it lightly.
Cause that's how consciousness, I guess, worked for baby man. As they knew there was something bigger, but they were just babies. They knew there was something bigger, and they just kept on trying to find it. But now we're the point we are where we're hitting the shift. We found it, and there's a lot of people out there that's getting that same click. I'm seeing it everywhere. So what I'm saying to you is felt and heard by many other people in the same grid, because we're all in the same grid. Like I said, I seen thoughts come out other people's mouth at the same time I had it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much and how fast things are changing right now, and you gotta practice different meditate. If you watch the Facebook page, there'll be meditation techniques. I'll probably post some stuff about this here. I'll post this picture here about the frequencies. I'll post the one about the water crystals and freezing and stuff, so other people can see it.
Yeah, you'll be able to check it out. Look into it yourself. See more of the details of it.
Did that answer your revelation question? That revelations is metaphorical for your personal tribulation that you go through on your journey to enlightenment or your journey to awakening. I went through it. I started 14, 15. My questions with the religion I was brought up in, I found out it was a lie. I got mad.
Rebelled.
And then I was pretty chill for 3.5 years. You kind of bouncing my ideas off, looking into other things and other people. And then the next 3.5 years of my awakening was basically like hell. I seen the government for what it was and how everybody was lying to me, how I've been lied to about my parents, and the whole history was a fucking lie. And that 3.5 years is hell. Me and Axe was just talking about it right before the show, about another person that we had heard about that was talking about the things that we were talking about, but they're spreading it negatively, like bad things. But they're just, the way I told
Scaring
him,
people.
the way I told him, he's just in that part of his revelations.
He's
in
scared.
that part of his revelations. He's in that 3.5 years of hell on earth, where he's scared of what's going on and he's still confused. And that's why we're doing the show, is to help people know nothing to be fucking scared of, and try to lighten up confusion, especially for people like you, where I can resonate with. It was raised Christian, and all this is like,
we can throw these ideas out, that we can go deep into the rabbit hole if you want to.
I mean, if a lot of things I know from a lot of different sources, and I didn't mean to go 2 hours on the first show, and I can't sit here and tell you all the sources, but there's all kinds of stuff from past life regression that lines up to this stuff, old historical documents, Indian traditions. I mean, it's just all over the place. When you look for it, you'll find it. When you really want the knowledge, it will come to you. It's just that simple.
If you really want that knowledge, I suggest this, man. Go out in the yard and say, universe, I want to know where I came from, or I want to know the truth, or I want to know what's really going on. Ask it. Go out there in the universe, ask the universe. I promise you, every fucking time you get the goddamn man, you will get the answer. Trust me. You gotta ask, though. You gotta ask the questions, and then you'll get the answer. Throw it out there.
I bet you that sounded crazy. Any more questions?
Got any more questions out there? I know we're on about a 30-second delay, so.
We are alive at 5. It's 9 o'clock. Where we at here? We got
about 30-second delay.
We got an hour and 20 minutes in here.
Yeah.
Probably get some questions. Ain't nobody got some questions. We'll probably wrap it up here shortly. Ain't trying to hit no 2 hours. Probably try to keep these things around an hour.
And the next one, we're going to come with you Thursday, but we're going to come prepared.
Yeah. Always prepared.
Oh, yeah, we're always prepared. Because it's always in the head, but I'm saying. We're coming with
I'm always
11-11.
prepared, not because it's always in the head, it's because I'm always being fed.
Oh, yeah.
Snap.
11-11, though. We're coming hard on it.
Oh, yeah, we're going to come at you with...
telling you,
we're going to come
coming in
at
all
you
the way.
on 111 with all kinds of energies that started back on 11/11, which would be November 11th. All the way to the energies that's going to end on 111.
And I guarantee we're going to hit you with one on the 30th. What's Supermoon? The 30th?
29th, 30th.
Yeah.
We're
going to hit you with a couple right
Trinity
then.
Moon. We got a super moon.
3 and 1.
Lunar eclipse. And blue moon. It's the second full moon of the... there's already a document on the website about it. It's off of N5D. There is another article that you should read off the website. It is called "I Am Queen."
Yeah, it's definitely dope.
It's some good stuff. The individual who wrote that, they're going to get a site up soon. We'll be sharing links. We're going to get a links page up to share other sites with useful information like Spirit Science, N5D, I Am Queen.
And post all your stuff too to the page.
Yeah, any recommendations on stuff where y'all get good information, please throw it up on the Facebook, email it to me, higherfrequencies5@gmail.com.
And if you can share it, share what you can. Appreciate
whatever,
it.
yeah.
We really appreciate the shares, the likes, the comments, the follows, all of that. Post.
Definitely share your resources because everything now is about connecting. So the more we connect, the more we can get out. Remember, don't forget what I talked to you about the first one. You got to get with your community. You got to connect with them too. But remember, you change the world by changing yourself. And so you can use these tips to help yourself vibrate higher. And that's helping your neighbors and everybody around you, already helping your community. Imagine when you actually get out and start talking to your neighbors and you find out, your neighbor might need your hand, older neighbor might need your hand to move something, and then you help them. And then, your other neighbor comes to your house and helps you cut a tree because he's seen you help your neighbor. And then you done got to know them and learn about them.
Then you're blessed up.
And then you're already feeling good because you've already raised your frequency by trying to be like in substance, reason, love, joy, peace with these things. And it's just a big snowball effect. I mean, it's really, the revolution is really going to be that easy. I done told you the fighting was already done. It's already over with. It's game, motherfucking
The war's over with.
But like I said, you're being attacked on all fronts, but it don't even matter. You're getting attacked by the TV. The frequency they play on the radio is the frequency of hate.
That's when they're turning that thing off.
They literally play a certain they change the frequency of the music
to
a different megahertz.
Down to the megahertz.
That produces, not hate, it produces fear.
Yeah.
Fear. You wonder why everybody's scared? Because your news is producing fear. The frequency off the music on your damn radio is producing fear. You're putting all kinds of processed foods in your body, and you're calcifying your pineal gland. That's how you connect with source. That's how you connect with the all-knowing
spirit.
This is how you end up knowing the things that I know, is once you start to decalcify that, you get these answers just like everybody else. It's activating, but it's activating anyway, even though it's decalcified.
It's that powerful.
The energy and everything that's coming, it don't matter. But they're attacking you, from food, cell phone, the Gwyn towers,
Wi-Fi,
heart. There's all kinds of things that's affecting frequencies out there, and they've all been designed for this point in time to try and stop something that they had no choice.
I can't even believe it. I can't believe that.
Because the dark forces that be control the entire world.
Not a chance, though.
Like, this is the elite. This is the these conspiracy things that aren't conspiracies anymore.
The banksters. the banksters.
Central banking.
It comes down to central banking. Follow the money.
The only people in this world left who want to kill is the banksters. All these people in these countries that we're bombing, they're just like me and you. Kids, not even kids, adults our age, 30 years old.
Yeah.
They're just like us. They're going to the same type of clubs, listen to the same freaking music. They're dressing the
Syria.
same freaking way. These kids are in Libya, Syria.
All the way around the world.
You're being portrayed by your TV there to think a certain way by another country.
Stereotype.
You don't even know.
Stereotype.
Straight up stereotype. But then whenever that's what's fucking awesome about the internet. you get on these groups and you actually see people for what they really are, you realize that these same generations, not only are they feeling the same fucking shit you're feeling about ain't nobody want no more war and hate, but they are doing everything just like you, the same type of music, the same dress style, the same awakening process, the same feelings, because we're all freaking connected. Everything is connected. And just a simple little glitch in the matrix, which is one little person vibrating higher. That's it. It's just a bunch of little sparks that fucking changes.
You just sparked
you
it
shake
up.
the whole reality. And we'll get to an episode about shaping reality and about some other crazy stuff that's kind of went on later on in some other episodes about realities already changed. And I think I found out the focal point today.
Oh no.
Found out when the world actually started really changing like crazy.
Yeah. We're starting to piece it together. If you can help us piece it together, please help.
I need some chapstick. Outside in that daggum cold, got my lips feel like they're busting.
And busting open.
Busting open. We got any questions?
I don't think we got much. I can't really.
You got anything you want to add in on here? What, you can't see? I could have done with the Facebook up here.
Can't really see.
I can't see. I can't see.
Any questions? Yeah.
Did you say yeah?
I watched the autobiography of Ric Flair last night, man. That's why I said that. He said, "Woo, woo." He said, "I'm a jet flying, Rolex wearing out." I said, "Damn, boy, you're a fucking fool, boy." Ric Flair, boy, you the man. But yeah, we ain't got no questions. Next episode, we're coming with the 11-11.
With some numerology,
We'll smack you up with it.
11-11. I know I went through the process of wondering what the fuck 11-11 meant, all kinds of other numbers. But there's been a lot of people asking over the weekend and stuff. I've been seeing it everywhere. It's like one person had it, and then I seen 20 people ask. Like I said, that was kind of the theme over the weekend was almost like telepathy was kind of what I almost seen over the weekend was fucking telepathy.
Yeah. Speaking without speaking with your mind.
Guys, just freaking get on the little roller coaster ride. Throw your hands up in the air. No, they ain't a daggum thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Just go on this ride to the new world and work every day on these little couple things. Learn to meditate, keep your mind clear, keep them thoughts out your mind, get them negative people out your life.
Flush them.
Flush them.
Flush them down the toilet, man. Get them out. Flush them out. Flush the negativity out. Take your shoes off. I mean, damn. Ground yourself. Feel it. Catch the frequency.
Catch the frequency wave and ride that.
We're about to be there. It's getting stronger every day. And when this new eclipse come up, it's going to get even stronger.
This whole year is master number year. This year is a 11 year.
Yeah. So you can't do nothing but be blessed. I already know you feel it, so just ride it.
Let's ride that roller coaster.
And we'll catch y'all on the next wave.
So we're wrapping this mug up?
Yeah. Put a fork in her, she's done.
Let's see if we can get out of here with a frequency.
We're going to hit you with a frequency to vibe to real quick. We're going to play it on the big speaker. Appreciate y'all watching. Got 3 viewers. That ain't too bad. I know a lot of y'all check it out after the fact. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
Love everybody.
Appreciate the love. A lot of love.
Let's give us a love frequency going on here to close the show out with. Play for you guys.
That's it.
Alright, guys. Peace. Love. Namaste. Freaking ad, are you serious? Sorry, guys.
Now, as you continue to pay attention here over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you
YouTube sucks. Peace, love, namaste, guys.